How do I get rid of a bump on my nose? So a bump on your nose is usually a fullness right here between the areas of the nasal bones and the cartilaginous septum, where that comes together up here. This can be, in most cases, just genetic. That's the way that your nose was meant to be. This can be traumatic. If you were bumped in the nose, this can actually cause a bump. You can have bumps from where the cartilage and the bone come together. There's a little knuckle right there that can cause a bump. That can be genetic and it can be traumatic. Why did my nose get a bump? You can get a bump because of surgery. If there wasn't necessarily a bump there before, some of the things that can happen during surgery can cause a bump. Or if you have loss of support of your tip, as this goes down with time, this is going to become more prominent and look more and more like a bump. So how do I get rid of the bump on my nose? Depends on what's causing it. You would counter whatever it is in that list of things. Most people, it's genetic, and so what you do is you take down that bump. I use a rasp, and that means just like a file, to very gently file this down this way. In the cartilage, I take down millimeter by millimeter to get it exactly the profile that we want. If we want a very straight profile, if we want more of a curved profile. You can also use filler to fill above and below that bump to make it look more straight. That usually lasts around a year. So it's something you have to keep doing, but it's a lot less invasive than having surgery. If the bump is because of loss of tip support, then that's something you can address with surgery of bringing that tip up where it's supposed to be. Can you flatten a nose bump? Yes, you can flatten a nose bump. That's one of the most common things we do as rhinoplasty surgeons. We take down that area there, wherever the bump is. Most of the time it's a combination of bone and cartilage that we take down very finely with something similar to a fingernail file and make that really nice and smooth and straight and even. Like I said, it's very simple as far as rhinoplasties go, and it's one of the most common things we do. Have questions? I help people like you every day. Call or email anytime.